Today we'll be discussing something about tabulation. Now I have written the definition of tabulation. Now see, tabulation refers to the arrangement of classified data in rows and columns. Now you had learned in the last class something about classification. Now when you take the definition of statistics, so it says first is collection of data, the second you have classification of data, the next one you have presentation of data. So this presentation is otherwise called tabulation. After you present or you put in the form of a table, then you can analyze or you say interpret. So interpretation or analysis of the data. So this completes the definition of statistics. Okay. Now, whenever you have a classified data, obviously there will be certain characteristic. So based on the characteristic, we will be writing this information in the form of a table. So that is nothing but your tabulation. Now, first of all, that means to say you must have a classified data. Now, suppose say there is only one characteristic, and if you are able to represent it by means of a table, now that table is called simple table. In other words, tabulation or the table is classified into three types. So first one, you have simple table. Now in the simple table, you will be representing only one characteristic. So for example, you say strength of students according to classes they are studying. So you can have first year PUC, now you can have second year PUC. Now this becomes a table. Suppose I write some numbers, say 400 and 500. Now see, does it look like a table? Of course, yes. Now see, this table now gives you the strength of students in a college into different classes. Now what does this 400 mean? So there are 400 students who are studying in first year PUC. There are 500 students who are studying in second PUC. In other words, you have presented this information in the table and then after that you are trying to draw the conclusion. Conclusion is nothing but your interpretation. Is it clear? Okay. Now coming to the second one. Now this is called two-way table. So obviously, now two-way means there will be two characteristics. Now the same thing, now I can rewrite like this. See, strength of students in three different faculties. So you can have arts, you can have commerce, now you can have science. Now other than that, you can have your same classes. One is first PUC, now another one is second PUC. Okay, fine. Now you see, now here two-way. So one characteristic is faculty, arts, commerce, science. Another faculty is another characteristic is class. So one is first PUC, another one is second PUC. So if I write some numbers here, 300. So this is 400, 500. So this is 250. They say this is 450. This is 600. Now, how do you interpret this one? You say that there are 300 students who belong to arts faculty and they are in first year PUC. You take this one, you say that there are 400 students who belong to commerce and they are in first PUC. You take this number 450, there are 450 students who belong to commerce and they are in second PUC. Obviously, if you take the total, grand total, you can find out the total number of students in arts, in commerce, in science. Along with that, you can find out the total of students who are studying in first PUC as well as the total of students who are studying in second PUC. So is it clear? So we have covered first one simple table, the second one is two-way table. Now the third one is called manifold table. Okay, now what is it? Manifold table. So in a manifold table, many means many. So if there are more than two characteristics, then you call it as manifold table. So say for example, you can have strength of students in faculty, in class, along with the class, you may have say even languages offered. So languages means you can have Kannada, you can have Sanskrit, you can have Hindi. Otherwise, one more say for example, arts, commerce, science, PUC, first PUC, second PUC, along with the year. So 2019, 2020. So if that is the case, it becomes manifold table. Now for you in the syllabus, now you will be dealing mostly with the manifold table. So we will discuss that in general. Okay. Now among this three, again you have what is called as blank table. Another one, numerical table. Okay, now you do have two types of table. So in manifold also and in two-way also you can have a blank table and also you can have a numerical table. Now what is the difference between these two? In blank table there won't be any numbers like this. Okay, we will not have any numbers. If that is the case, it becomes a blank table. But in numerical table you will be having a certain numbers. So this becomes now numerical table. Now suppose instead of the numbers, now let me just write dashes. Fine. Now then, if this is the case, now it becomes a blank table. So now this question for blank table will be for 5 marks and question for numerical table also will be for 5 marks. Now before actually doing the problem, now we have what is called as the preparation of a blank table. So first we will learn now about the preparation of a blank table. How exactly to track a blank table. So this is what we call preparation. Now, first and foremost thing is you have certain parts of a table. So I'll just list it out. Now, if all the parts are put together, then that only will become the preparation. Okay. The first part is there should be a table number. Okay. The second one you have what is called as the source. Third one you have title. So fourth you have the captions. So fifth one you have stuffs. So otherwise you call it as row headings. So obviously that means you will be having certain columns and rows. Now after that you have head note and footnote. Okay. So is it clear? Now these are all the parts of a table. So if you make use of all these parts, that becomes your preparation. So one is table number, next is source, next is title, next you have captions or column headings, stuffs, row heading. That means obviously first will become columns, rows, then you have head note and then the last one is footnote. Now, so first and foremost thing is you will be writing the title. So what does the table represent? So there should be a suitable title. Now next you have, these are the columns. Okay. So vertical are columns. Now here you will be writing, like previous one I wrote arts, commerce, science, no, like that you will be writing the headings. So this is your column headings. In other words, you call it as captions. Okay. Now, so if you take this is one first column, second column, third column. Now this way if you take, now you will be having the rows. This is first row, second row, third row. So like this. Now see first row, second row. Here you have what is called as the stubs. So what are stubs now? Here we have written. So stubs are nothing but row headings. So this is your row. So you will have to write some headings here also whatever it is. Similarly here also you will be writing row headings. Okay. Now other than that, if any entries are there, so if it is numerical table, you will have to write the numbers. If it is blank table, you will have to just write the dashes. So now this whole thing, now this is called the body of the table. Okay. Now other than that, sometimes we will be using the head note. Okay. If head note is used, now it has to be written to the right side of the table. So now next problem, I shall explain to you in detail what is meant by head note. The last one you have footnote. Footnote means it comes at the foot of the table. Now this also we will do it in detail. So you will have to have the footnote. Now you see, now this is optional in case you have the table number. Now suppose you have too many tables for one particular organization. So you can have a separate table dealing with the strength of students. You can have a separate table dealing with the fees of students like that. In that case, you can give table number 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. Okay. Now source also. So if it is data collection, from where exactly you have collected the source, that also you can mention. Is it clear? Now I'll just explain once again. Now you should have a table number, you should have a source, you have a title, then you have captions or otherwise called column headings, then you have stubs or you call row headings. Next you have columns and rows, this should have been in the beginning, okay? Now next you have endnote, now next one you have footnote. Now this is what you say, preparation of a blank table. So if it is blank table, obviously you will be filling up with the dashes. Fine? Now, whenever you have the parts of a table, this can be asked for 1 mark or 2 marks. So for example, say mention a part of a table, mention 2 parts of a table. Now otherwise you have what is called as the rules of tabulation. Now the rules of tabulation means in your own sentence you will have to write. Now say for example, rules of tabulation means you will write like this. Now whenever you have to write down the table, the first rule says that the table should carry a table number. Now second rule, a table should have a source. Then third one, a table should have a suitable number. Next, a table should have certain number of columns and certain number of rows. Next, a table should have captions which are otherwise called as column headings. Now next one, a table should have certain stubs which are otherwise called as row headings. Now next, if any abbreviations is used in columns, then it should be denoted by head note. Last one, again, if it is possible, it can be denoted by a footnote also. So these are called the rules of tabulation. Okay. Now separately, if you write, it becomes parts. Suppose you write in sentence like how I told you, now it becomes now rules of tabulation. Okay. Now let me first let me first work out one problem based on the blank table. Now the question will be for 5 marks. Now it will be something like this. Say, prepare a blank table to show the strength of students. So strength means what? Total number of students studying. The strength of students in a college according to, so you can have the characteristic. So first one, gender. Under that you have boys, girls. Okay. The second one you can have language. So your second language, whatever it is. So you can have 3 languages: Kannada, Hindi, Sanskrit. Okay. Now other than this, you can have one more characteristic. So that is class. Now I can take this as PUC and D. Now is this manifold table? Yes, because there are more than 2 characteristics. Now this whole information has to be put in the form of a table. Now you see that what is this blank table? You have to show that these characteristics are incorporated in the table. So that means first of all you have to write down the suitable title. So when you are writing the title, you will go back to the same question. So whatever is there, same thing you will copy down. Now the title will be like this. So it is a blank table because there is no data available. So you will write it like this. See, blank table showing so you can say distribution of students or strength of students, distribution of students according to, you got to do all the 3 together, same, according to gender, language and class. So very easy test. So whatever is given in the question, at the same time you will copy down. Okay. Now next, you have to draw the table. So first and foremost thing is you have to draw the columns and then the rows. Now whenever you are drawing any blank table, now you have to remember other than the characteristic what are there. So for example, say Kannada and Hindi, Sanskrit. So 3 columns you have to draw. Other than these three columns, I must be having one more extra column. That is for total. If at all there are any numbers which are available, if you want to find out the grand total, you can make use of that. Okay. Now it will be something like this. See, you will be having one more extra column. Now in this case, now see, first thing is I will write this. What is this number? This is Kannada. Now next you have Hindi. Next one you have Sanskrit. Now next you will have this as total. Okay. Now you can have one more row below that. Now it's like this. What does these three language tell you? So this is nothing but your captions. Otherwise you say column headings. So first column represents Kannada, second column represents Hindi, third column represents Sanskrit. So therefore all of them are representing the language. So language becomes now caption. Now this way it is row. So what is that one? The class I can take now. So what are the two classes you have? One is PUC. Okay. Now another one is what? Degree. So as I told you, like you have one more total, column total, you must be having one more row total. So if the numbers are available, both row wise and column wise, the total should coincide. Okay. Now you see here, class. This is now subset because this is row heading, PUC. This is also row heading, degree. Now this is also total. So therefore here, language represents caption, class represents the stubs. Now we do have the title. Now we have made use of which one? Kannada. That is language is over. We have made use of class. What is left over? So that is gender. Now that gender can be put it in the form of few more columns. Under Kannada, you have, see I use now this alphabet, B for boys, G for girls, T for total. The same way you can write it down for all the rest of the columns. Okay. Now having made use of all of them, so gender is there, then you have language, then you have class. Okay. Now if you put the dashes, now this becomes your blank table. Okay, fine. Now in this case, I can use the footnote. Now what is the footnote? The abbreviations wherever I have used. So I have used here B. What is the B? So B represents boys. What is G? G represents girls. So what is T? So T represents the children. So is it clear? Now this is what you say blank table. This whole thing is going to be for 5 minutes. Okay. Now sometimes what happens is instead of writing this whole thing like this, okay. Now suppose I make use of K for Kannada, then C for commerce and S for science. So okay. If that is the case, so this is column, this is also column, this is also column. I have used the abbreviations for the column. Now if that is the case, we have to write it as heading. So what is K then? Kannada. Okay, C is for commerce. Now S is for science. Again, if you want, you can write, otherwise T is already here. Now this will become total. So head note is written to the right side of the table, footnote is written to the below of the table. Is it clear? Now suppose you want to frame a good question. Now same time, you see, prepare a blank table to show the strength of students according to gender you can have. Instead of language you can have what? Faculty, arts, commerce and science. Then you have class if you want first PUC, second PUC. Now suppose you want to add one more characteristics in 2 different years. So you can have 2018, you can have 2019. Now suppose say for the same problem, I have to add one more. What is that? Now I will take this as 4th characteristic say. So this is year. Okay. And make it as 2017 and 2018. Fine. Now on that I have to do is just add this another 3 more. See? So here I will be writing this is PUC. Then you have degree. Now again you will have 2 years now. One is 2017, another one is 2018. Now again you have 2017, 2018. So that means to say another 2 more. Two more rows also you will have to add like this. So obviously again you have to fill it up. This is a case. Similarly the one. So you have to see all the characteristics are in frame. I hope you don't have any doubts now. Okay, the next one we have what is called as numerical table. So as I told you earlier, now in numerical table you will be having the numbers. Now, see the question says something like this. A sample survey regarding usage of a sample survey regarding usage of simple and scientific calculators among students of a college gave the following results. So I should read it out. A sample survey regarding usage of simple and scientific calculators among students of a college gave the following results. So it is something related to you people only. Okay. See, 60% of the students were boys. 80% of the students used simple calculators. Next, 10% of the students used scientific calculators and were girls. Okay. Tabulate the above information. Now, are you able to make out the difference between blank table and numerical table? Or you do see certain numbers here. Okay. Now, this is a survey that is done in a college. Now, regarding the usage of two different types of calculator. One is simple, another one is scientific. Now, it was found that among the college students, 60% of them were boys, and 80% of them were using simple calculators, and 10% of them used scientific calculators, and they were all girls. Now, this you have to put it in the form of a table. Now, first and foremost thing is, now you have to identify the characteristic. Now, two things are there. One is usage of simple and scientific calculator. Another one is you have boys and girls. That's very easy problem. Now you will have to put it like this. See, I can write it here. So this is boys, this is girls. So next we will have the total. One characteristic I have written now column wise. Another one. So this is simple calculator. Another one is scientific calculator. This is total. So here, because the percentage is given 60%, 80%, 10%, so you have to remember that the total strength of students will be 100. Now that is the last column in your total. Now this has to be taken as n equal to 100. Okay, now come to the first question. Now 60% of the students were boys. So when you take your boys, obviously you can have one number here, you can have one number here, you can have one number here. Now suppose I put this as 60. Percentage means you have to take 60 only. So if I take here, if I write 60, it means what? They are boys, but they are using simple calculator. If I write here, they are boys, but they are using scientific calculator. But what is given in the question now? They are only boys, so the total number of boys, so that is 60%, that means it is 60. So I have to write only here. Now come to the next one, 80% of them used simple calculators. So I can't write here, I can't write here, I have to write only here. So this becomes 80. Okay, 80 of them are using simple calculators. Now next you see 10% of them used scientific. This is scientific and they were girls. So that means I have to use, write it here. So is it clear? Now first one is total number of boys. I have written this as 60. 80% are using simple calculator. Total number of students using simple is 80. Now next 10% of them are using scientific and they are girls. Now this is what is given in the question. Now what is the other things? Wherever it is blank is there, you will have to fill it up. How to find the numbers now? Now this is 100. So this number will be, how will you find out? Out of 100, 60 are boys. How much will be girls? So 100 minus 60. So that will become 40. Okay, fine. Now next one. Out of 100, how many are using simple calculators? 80 of them. So the remaining how many scientific? They will be 20. So how do you get 20? 100 minus 80. So that is equal to 20. Now in the same way here, total is 40. So out of that, 10 is scientific and they are girls. Therefore this number will be 40 minus 10. So that will become now 30. So if this is 30, what will be this number? 80 minus 30. Okay. Now this will become 50. Now if this has to be 10, 50 plus 10. Okay. Now this will become 10. Now this is how you have to find it. Now once you finish the values, now try to verify. So column 50 plus 30, 80. Okay. Now 10 plus 10 is 20. Now this way 80 plus 20 is 100. Now take this. 50 plus 10 is 60. 30 plus 10 is 40. 80 plus 10 is 100. So is it clear? Now actually you are given only 3 numbers, but we have filled in how many numbers here? See 1, 2, 3. So 3 3s are 9 numbers we have filled in. So you can now interpret. So out of 80 students who are using simple calculators, 50 of them happen to be boys and 30 happen to be girls. Again you take here, out of 100 students, 60 are boys, 40 are girls. You take 20. Out of 20 who are using scientific calculators, 10 of them happen to be boys and 10 happen to be girls. Now similarly this also you can interpret. Out of 60 boys, now 50 are using simple calculators, 10 are using scientific calculators. Now this is the beauty of statistics. In other words, you say interpretation is possible.